Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video, and today I'm going to be talking about the 5 best albums by Billy Joel. Now, Billy Joel is one of those great piano men. Of course, I mean, we all know the song Piano Man, but in everything there is this category in pop and in rock. There's actually this category piano rock. And you have this great bunch of writers, performers, and there is magic in their fingers and magic in their words. And Billy Joel is this gorgeous reflection of 70s, 80s pop rock music. Intelligent lyrics, beautiful atmosphere in the playing, and a voice that has so much to say. So, what are the 5 best albums by Billy Joel? Now, without further ado, I'm going to kick this list off with at number 5. In 1976, Billy Joel left Los Angeles and he returned to New York. And this man has New York in his soul. He breathes New York. And he was so happy to be back. And he made this record, Turnstiles. At number 5, Turnstiles. There is this overall feel here that is really lovable. I love the openings track, Say Goodbye to Hollywood. I mean, it's basically about that element there, that he is leaving LA and he's returning home, and he is so much more at his place. And a lot of the songs here have that elements. Obviously, Say Goodbye to Hollywood, and most noticeable here, it is on New York State of Mind. That song, which has this air, this candlelight air, this sitting in lower Manhattan near the water, and the city allowing you to breathe out. And the romance on that song, I'm in a New York state of mind. I find it so hard to relate to the New York of the day. I mean, in the late 70s, New York was basically a mess. Still, there is romance here. This record is for me a recent discovery. In the Netherlands, I never really got into, I still live in the Netherlands, but in the Netherlands with Dutch pressings, I just never got the feel of it. Now, a year ago, I went to San Francisco and I bought a lot of these Billy Joel records in their first American pressings. And it just, the sound, the texture, everything works on these American pressings. Everything makes sense, and they are not that expensive. Even something like this one, Turnstiles, which wasn't a really big hit at the time. As a matter of fact, the sales were so depressing for the studio that they thought, we'll give him one more shot after this. And if he doesn't get a hit record with the next one, we have to let him go. Luckily, they didn't let him go. And this record, although Billy Joel was not fully satisfied with it, because he was playing with the band of Elton John, great band, great musicians, but he was looking for more of an edge there. Despite all that, there's great songwriting, and there is an urgency in what he is singing about, and a man who is so happy to return to his hometown. At number 5, Turnstiles. At number 4, this is, I really love this one. The Nylon Curtain. This is his 1982 album, and though it's not always seen as one of his best records, I think we should really take a closer listen to what Billy Joel is doing here. He is an incredible songwriter here. Just taking a look at side 1, Allentown, great song, great first lines in the lyrics. Then third song, Pressure. I love that. I love the 80s sound there. I love the stadium rock quality to it. But then he just writes one of the best songs of the 80s for me, Goodnight Saigon, which was not that big of a hit in, I believe, the United States or anywhere else in the world, but it was a number 1 song in the Netherlands and in Belgium. So for all the Dutch and Belgian viewers, this is a home run. This is an easy one, putting Goodnight Saigon in there. But in the rest of the world, please take a closer listen to Goodnight Saigon. Billy Joel read All Quiet on the Western Front, which is this novel about the First World War, which dryly and directly describes the way they are living in that war, the soldiers. And he used that type of describing, that blank, dry description with an immensely beautiful sound and an explosive chorus to make, it's not poetry, it's brilliant literature about Vietnam. And whenever I listen to that song, I'm just completely blown away. It is a masterpiece, and the entirety of the Nylon Curtain is an underestimated, beautiful, beautiful record. Where's the orchestra? Gorgeous. At number 3, we're going to 1978. Billy Joel had an incredible big hit album before this one, and he decided to dive deeper into the soul of New York. If he could even do that. I mean, he's so 70s New York like. And he decided to work with jazz musicians, and he makes 52nd Street. 52nd Street, which is also a nod to, I believe there were some studios or some clubs where a lot of jazz musicians played at 52nd Street. I'm not that well acquainted with New York to know everything about all these streets, but he wanted to make this jazz-influenced record. Also, his the record company is at 52nd Street. So there are a lot of things at 52nd Street. He also recorded 52nd Street. But the jazz element here is most noticeable and is most important. Opening brilliantly with Big Shot, great song. But the big hit here is My Life. Man, this is a hit quality. Definitely pop territory, but he has so many interesting jazz influences on that pop territory that this one makes for a great, great album. At number 3, 52nd Street. Number 2. This is one of my most played albums. When friends are coming over and we're having a drink, and we're having some cheese, and we're having vinyl nights, a lot of the times, and at a lot of the parties, I put this one on. Piano Man. Now, this is a first pressing. I love this record deeply and dearly. It has so many great, great songs. Somewhere along the line, the track list isn't on the record, so I have to get the record out. Traveling Player, The Ballad of Billy the Kid, that is good. But of course, the most important song here is the number 2 track, Piano Man, and the title track. And this is not the kind of record that is on the number 2 position just because of that song. All the songs are great. The Ballad of Billy the Kid is great. Great songs. But Piano Man, the way he is describing the characters at the bar, the people there. It was written, I believe it was also recorded in his time in LA when he was playing these bars, and when he would come to a place and people would be sitting there with loneliness. People would be drinking away not necessarily bad lives, but being stuck in life, or not having had the life you expected. A very adult problem or issue, actually. It's not a bad life, but is it the life you dreamt about? And then the piano player comes along with his melodies, with his romance, with his longing, with his hopes. And that, plus a little bit of booze, makes for quite an evening. And the romance in that song, the way it's written, the way the melody flows, the way the harmonica is returning, it just shows how great of a songwriter Billy Joel is. Because this is one of those songs, if you get the notes right, if you just get the notes right, it works. Anyone can play it if they can play the notes. If they can keep in tune, it works. Because just as if you would read Scott Fitzgerald out loud or Truman Capote, when you read it out loud, it works because the words are so good. At number 2, Piano Man. At number 1, The Stranger. I never saw this one coming. It's the first album by Billy Joel that I bought, and before I bought it, I thought, yeah, I mean, he's a great stadium artist. He knows how to play for an audience. He can write some radio hits. But can he make a good album? That was my experience only seeing concert films of his and valuing it. I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I just never thought, I never considered him an album artist. My mistake, obviously, my mistake. When I listened to this one, I was not prepared for the quality there. And it immediately struck a nerve. And every time I play it again, it just keeps getting better. About a week ago, a friend of mine came over. Same thing as I told earlier in the video. Good cheese, French cheese, Belgian beers. And after a while, that friend of mine, he started talking about Paul Simon as a solo artist and started to compare him to Billy Joel. And he made a statement about the complexities of Billy Joel's lyrics and the emotional directness of Paul Simon, and there being a lot of differences there. And I could make a video about that, but we had a big discussion about it because I thought that Billy Joel is very emotional. And then in the midst of that discussion, we just decided to put on this pressing. This is the first American pressing, still with the foil seal. Mastered by Bob Ludwig. If you can find a copy with RL in a dead wax, you are one lucky man, or woman, or non-binary, or whatever. You'll be lucky. You will be very, very lucky, because that sounds so incredible. A friend of mine even made a remark about it. He said, "Oh man, I've listened to this record a lot, but it's just, and it's not expensive. It's just, you can be lucky, and then you have a beautiful audiophile experience with songs that are just, I mean, take a look at the titles. The tracks. Moving Out, Anthony's song, big hit, incredible song. Then The Stranger, the title track. Then Just the Way You Are. I mean, that is such a beautiful song. It is so eloquent, but it's also so, it's one of the best love songs out there. And then we go to Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, talking about setting the mood for New York and giving you this vibe. It's also the back cover. I mean, the side 1. And if you think it's not going to get any better than side 1, because in 99 out of the 100 cases, you're right. It's not going to get much better than side 1 when you have these tracks on side 1. But then you get side 2. And I've talked about the Holy Trinity more often on this channel. The Holy Trinity being, you have 3 brilliant songs, one after another. It's very, very rare. You rarely get a Holy Trinity. Sometimes they are 3 hit songs. This record has the Holy Trinity. Side 2, opening with Vienna. And Vienna was written by Billy Joel when he went to his father on a visit, a holiday in Vienna. And he noticed that the behaviors and the mentality there was so different. He and his father saw an old woman sweeping the streets, and he said, "Oh, isn't that terrible that she still has to sweep the streets at this age?" To which his father responded, "Well, did you ever consider that this woman at her age does something so she can still be a valuable part to society?" And that idea is in the song. It's in the lyrics. The melody is just gorgeous. Then Only the Good Die Young. masterpiece there. And you go from Only the Good Die Young to She's Always a Woman to Me. Oh, I mean, those, the melodies, there is an influence of Paul McCartney there. There's an influence of Paul Simon there. And he becomes completely unique. Get it right the first time, Everybody Has a Dream. This record is a masterpiece. One of the greats. So I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.